So I just came back from the Consumer Electronics Show, and it's very weird sometimes when you approach a booth and they don't really know what they're there for, and they're in a routine. So the example I'm going to give is a very specific one, and I'm not covering the booth. I actually did not film anything at the booth. There was a company that was selling a machine that could do vision checking and literally get you a legitimate prescription at a kiosk, a vision prescription at a kiosk. And the way it worked is that after they scanned your stuff, the scans went to a doctor who then certified the scans, and for like 20 or 30 bucks, you got a prescription, which is amazing. Now, because the internet was lousy, and because they didn't have a doctor on staff, and probably because they didn't want to waste their money, they were only letting people see the results, but not get the certified copy of the results, which was free. That makes sense. It's a great demo. You walk up, the machine looks at your eyes, the machine actually looks at your glasses, it gives you all the stuff. So it can read your glasses, and it can read your eyes and give you all the data you want. Even a separate machine that can just read your glasses, which I'll talk about why you'd want that in a second. Really cool technology. So I walked up, I got a little bit of the background of it, but they're not selling this to the people. They're selling this as a very large turnkey machine. This is not something that you or I would ever buy. You might experience. You might walk up to a kiosk in a mall and spend the $30, but most people aren't going to spend what I think they said was 5 figures on the machine. Perfectly sense. It's a B2B piece of hardware with a B2C, service model. Makes sense. So I'm there asking questions as a member of the media. And I said, well, I'd like to film getting a demo. And he's like, well, then you can wait in line. And it was a very long line, which is weird, by the way, because people were waiting in line for results that they probably already knew and whose lack of certification meant they could do nothing with it. Like, why would I want to wait in line for an hour to find out what my prescription is? I already know what my prescription is. Why would I wait in line for an hour to measure my glasses? I already know what those glasses say. So while I could see a demo of their tech being interesting, it isn't interesting enough to wait in line for. Now, if I could actually get my prescription certified, then you're saying, well, is it worth waiting in line for 45 minutes to an hour for something that would have saved me $30? And the answer would be, no, my time is valuable. So I said, really, what I need to do is film a video, see the demonstration, things like that, and, can I make an appointment and come back? And he's like, we're pretty much always busy and we don't take appointments, so you can either stand that line or not. Not. I'm not going to stand in that line. First of all, I'm not standing. I don't stand in lines. I have a bad back. I don't stand in lines. And second of all, the lack of even mental, here I am helping what they're trying to do, which is attract B to B. Every person in that line is basically a possible customer. So every person in line might make them $30, but the people they're trying to reach are trying to buy a 5-figure machine. That's why you want media coverage. Now, I'm not saying that gets me line cutting, but it certainly gets me an appointment. That's what I'm doing at the show. And they were so in their routine of it that they're like, no, we don't do anything for media. Well, then why are you there? Because most people there aren't buying your machine. Now, interestingly enough, the second machine, the machine that only reads your glasses, that's a cool machine. Why is it a cool machine? Because if you're a company that does VR, you might want to know what someone's prescription is without needing to sell them anything, but to be able to set something. So imagine I went to a place that has a VR headset. Well, I don't know what your prescription is. You probably don't know what your prescription is. I put your glasses in, it reads the numbers in, and then I can put those inserts, I already own all the inserts, I can put those inserts in the headset and have you try it on. That's cool tech. But you know the name of the company is? I don't care, because they weren't nice to themselves, let alone to the media, and you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not saying that they should have kissed my ass, but there should have been some capacity for coverage. Not just for me, for all of us.